Buenos dias. Hello, everyone. How are you doing? I know it's a little different seeing me here today on my computer, but I hope everyone is staying safe with the coronavirus and all of that. So this is what we have to resort to. Online learning, okay? It's going to be an adventure for both of us. For everyone here, we're going to discover things on our own. I've never done this before. Obviously, I'm used to being in a classroom. So what I've created for you is a traditional classroom setting, okay? Now, before our crisis, we learned the present subjunctive and the present perfect, and we just started getting into the future, okay? So let's quickly review the present subjunctive. El presente del subjuntivo, okay? Now, if I ask you, what is the tense of this? You know that it's going to be present, okay? Because later on, we're going to start learning the past subjunctive, the imperfect subjunctive. So what's new about this is not the tense, but rather the mood, okay? The subjunctive, we call it a mood. It's not a tense, it's a mood. It's all about what the sentence wants to express, okay? So, when do we use the subjunctive? Remember, we use the subjunctive when it comes to the doing. Okay? And remember what this stands for, right? Doubt, emotion, a wish or a want, an indirect command, an impersonal expression, and necessity, okay? So if I say, give me some verbs that kind of exemplify these, what would they be? So for example, to doubt, we have the verb dudar, okay? Or to not believe, to not think. No creo que tú vengas conmigo, okay? No creer. Or no pensar. Vale? Then, if we go down to the emotions, emotion basically we could say estar más un adjetivo, ¿ok? Estoy alegre de que ellos puedan venir a la conferencia, por ejemplo. ¿Vale? Obviously, these are just some suggestions. There are going to be other verbs too. I don't know if you can see this very well. I'm trying my best I can, guys, okay? You know, technology is already a problem for me, so there. Okay, wish or want. To wish, desear, querer, to want. To hope for, esperar. Indirect command, okay? Instead of saying do this, you could say I suggest you do this. So, el verbo sugerir, recomendar, insistir. Remember the preposition that always follows insistir? En. Okay? Impersonal expression. An impersonal expression is basically what it says. It's an expression that doesn't have a subject. Okay? So no yo, tú, él, nosotros, none of that. So if an impersonal expression, it would begin with es. Es something que. If you see es something que, you know to use a subjunctive. Right? 100% of the time? We're going to talk about some of the exceptions here, okay? Necessity, necesita, ¿vale? Bien. So, remember, let's go back to the beginning when I say that the subjunctive is a mood, okay? It's not talking about the time of the action, rather what the action is expressing, what the person wants to express. So, all of these are pretty straightforward until we really get down to an impersonal expression, okay? If you see es verdad or es cierto que, you know to use the indicative or the subjunctive. Es verdad, it's true that, or it's certain that. If this sentence is expressing truth or certainty like it is, you know to use the indicative, okay? What you've learned already. in the past classes. So, es verdad que tú hablas con él, por ejemplo, okay? The basic stuff that we've been learning. However, if you have no es verdad o no es cierto que tú, now you have to use the subjunctive. And now I ask you, do you use present subjunctive or past subjunctive? Okay. In this case, because it's the beginning, we're still going to go with the present subjunctive. I'll explain the imperfect subjunctive, the past subjunctive later on in a different video, okay? So, no es verdad que tú hables con él. Bien. How do you form the present subjunctive? We take the yo form. So, for example, I've given you the verb hables, okay? We take the yo form, we drop the yo, and we add the opposite endings. What does that mean if I say add the opposite endings? If it's an AR verb like hablar, that means that the verb endings in subjunctive, present subjunctive, will end in E. E, es, hemos, es, en, okay? If it's a IR or ER verb in the present subjunctive, then the endings will end in an A. As, amos, ais, an, okay? And all of these are in chapter 9 in your book. So we're not going to go through and review these. We've done present subjunctive a lot. Vale? If you have any questions, just email me or leave a comment down below. I mean, I feel like a YouTube vlogger now. This is something interesting for everyone, okay? And I hope you guys are staying healthy and positive and sane. I know it's easy to get lost in this craziness, but this is life now, okay? Bien. So we talked about when to use the present subjunctive. Well, we use the present subjunctive when we have the do-in, okay? So I'm just going to write here, uses of present subjunctive. So we use it with the do-in, doubt, emotion, wishing a lot, impersonal expression, indirect command, necessity, and the future. If you see future in the beginning, in the first clause of your sentence, you know to use subjunctive in the second clause. Why? Because a future is like something that hasn't happened yet. So you're not sure if it's going to happen. It's a doubt, okay? So you've already learned how to express something in the future. What's that one where you express something in the future? You have two ways to express it. Same way in English and in Spanish. You could say, I'm going to read, or I will read. Okay, so you have the immediate future, going to do something, versus the simple future, will do something. Okay, so you've already learned the immediate future in the previous classes. So that's just ir plus plus infinitive. Okay, ir plus a plus infinitive. So, like I said, we'll stick with that example. Voy a leer. Okay, I'm going to read versus I will read. How do we form the simple future? You take the infinitive and you add these endings. So for in this case, we have leer. I will read. Leeré. Tú leerás. Él leerá. Nosotros leeremos. Vosotros leeréis. Ellos leerán. Okay? And all of these are on page 443 in your book, okay? However, not every verb is going to function this way. What's nice about the simple future is that it doesn't matter if it's going to be an AR verb, an ER verb, or an IR verb, okay? All of the verbs are going to have these endings here, okay? So how do you form the simple future? You take the infinitive or the irregular future stem. So what's a stem, okay? For example, en leer, where would the stem be? Is it the beginning of the verb or the end of the verb? It's the beginning of the verb, okay? It's the beginning of the verb. So some of them will be irregular, and you have 12 of them. Your book only gives you 10. I'm going to give you some other ones, okay? So for example, decir. I will speak. Yo deciré. No. Okay, that doesn't exist. Yo diré. Tú dirás. Él dirá. Notice how the endings are all going to be the same. The only thing that's different is going to be the irregular future stem. So you have in your book on page 443, decir, dir, haber, hab, hacer, ar, poder, pod, poner, pond, querer, quer, saber, sab, salir, sal, tener, tend, venir, bend. The verbs that they don't give you are valer and caber. Okay? Valer, to be worth, and caber, to fit. Okay? Valer is valdre. Caber, caber. Okay? So these are the irregular future stems. Now let's go back to the beginning when I was talking about using the present subjunctive with the future. Okay? So if I say that if you see future, whether it's immediate future, ir plus a plus infinitive, or the simple future, you're going to have to use the present subjunctive. Why? Because the action hasn't happened yet, so you're not sure if it's going to happen. There is some uncertainty there, okay? Yeah. Let me think of an example. Hablaré con el profesor en cuanto blank. And then we have the verb llegar. I will speak with the professor as soon as he arrives, okay? En cuanto blank. Bien. So as soon as he arrives, we have the verb llegar. Okay, remember how to form the the present subjunctive of llegar? You take the yo form, so that in this case it's llego. You drop the o, you add the opposite ending. Okay, you add the opposite ending here. In this case, it's an AR verb, so the opposite ending is going to be an E, so it's going to be llegue. You want to say llegue, but this says llegue, okay? How do you keep that hard g sound that you have in the infinitive? Don't forget the stem change or the spelling changings, okay? So this one is going to be G to GU. All of these are in chapter 9, okay? So go back and review those, okay? So en cuanto llegue, okay? We know that the subject is él, he. I will speak with the professor as soon as he arrives. Has he arrived? No, he hasn't arrived yet, so that's why it's going to be in the present subjunctive, okay? All right, so that was present subjunctive and future used together, okay? I'm going to pause this because I'm not sure how big these videos can be, and then I will make a new one for the conditional and the imperfect subjunctive.